Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Erlenberg, and this one is under the command of Brutus Glick. Now that's the 8-inch howitzer on the front of the vehicle, because if it doesn't extend over the front, it's actually the 8-inch, yep. If it extends over the front, that will make it the 155mm gun, and it will be an M53. So this is an M55. Now he's got 900 alpha from that gun with 52mm of pen, and standard reload is 40.27 seconds. He's got 31.84. He's packing a mixture of shells, actually, quite a few high-powered HE in those ones as well. Okay, we're looking at a standard B going in the centre of the map. On this side, rounds out. Well, he managed to land that one quite close to the standard B for 286. Still working with the standard HE at the moment, but with such a mix of shells, I suspect he'll probably be changing shells sooner or later. Oh, that's interesting, a 122 TM, and it looks like he had 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. Still reloading. Yeah, there are 3 marks on that vehicle. Okay, he's loaded, and he switched to the AP. I think he fancies a direct hit. Rounds out. Oh, he got a pen. 619 hit points of damage off that one. The standard AP is 600 alpha, so you've got a penetrating high roll, and it's got 314mm of pen. So yeah, that 122 TM certainly felt that one. Now he's loading another AP round, but I'm not sure if he'll get a chance to use it, because that guy will probably be a little cautious about putting his nose out in future. But well, we might be able to get a shot into this Centurion. Oh, he did, and he got another pen. The Carnarvon, actually, it wasn't a Centurion or a Conqueror or anything like that. It was a Carnarvon, and he did pen the side of the vehicle. So 2 pen shots with his armor piercing. I've always felt that it was unfair that they don't give you the true values for a shell that's so big, because after all, it's 203mm, these shells. So you expect it would actually have a higher pen value than the 155mm gun on a T30. Of course, the shell is travelling slower through the air than the 155, which is got a very high muzzle velocity. But all the same, such a big shell should do at least 1,000 hit points of damage. Rounds out, standard B. Also the meal. Not sure how much damage he did, because the target went unspotted. There's a lot of targets in the town, but of course all these buildings are getting in the way at the moment. He's got a large protection force just to the north of him, so he doesn't have to worry so much about the enemy. But he fires around in. Oh, it hits the building instead of the lurver. Still 1,500 hit points of damage from a pair of armor piercing rounds, and a hit by the HE. It's not bad at all. Okay, the lurver's coming to sight. He's just centering his arc there, because the lurver's getting right down to the one side of the arc, and that could make it difficult, because he might get a reticule bloom. Rounds out. Oh yes, he got a hit, but it didn't pen. 385 from that one. Now those guys are getting towards the south end of the town. We do have some tanks down there, but it'll have to center the arc on them instead of the guys in the north. In fact, actually, he's noticed the enemy M40, and he decided to go after that. A quick look at that ELC. The enemy tanks that actually came south have been taken out. The lurver was killed by our Leopard prototype, so he doesn't need to worry about that one anymore. It's going to be a little difficult to take out the ELC. That Carnarvon's coming to sight again. There's the ELC. Very difficult to get shots on them. Mainly down to the delay and the fact that these things move rather quickly. 60 kilometers an hour at least. Rounds out. Oh my god, he got a hit, but it was a splash hit. 222. I do like the way he's changing position every time, just moving about backwards and forwards, but changing direction as he does it, so obviously it's not the same position. Now we've got an Emil. Emil 2. Now he's just fired and he's now going into reload. Now if he backs up a little bit more, Brutus Click should be able to put a round in there and try and damage the guy, but he decides against it. I think he's going to let the Batchat 12-ton perforate that Emil from behind. Oh my god, he just killed the ELC! Okay, that's there is an enemy there hiding behind the house. It's the Link 6x6. He's gone where he shouldn't have. If we put a round into that corner, he could suffer a lot of damage, but it'll only be splash damage. But it might give our guys the chance to have a go at him, because rounds out. Yes, it does. Splashes him, and now the Batchat 12-ton comes in to finish him off. Pump a few rounds into his rear. And he's gone. But another enemy tank has turned up. It's a Sharp View Tier 4. And I think he must have come down the west side of the map. He's now having to go with the Wizzy 120. And that's a big hit. So now he's a one-shot. Rounds out. Yes! Another kill! He splash killed the Sharp View Tier 4. And that saved his teammates in the Batchat 12-ton and the Wizzy 120. Mind you, it looked to me like that Sharp View Tier 4 could have been about to go into reload. So after all, you only get 4 shells. If he had gone into reload, they would have been able to take him out, because it's such a long reload in the Sharp View Tier 4. Okay, looking up here to see if there's anybody near the house. There's usually somebody up here. In fact, on the map, as far as we know, there's a Scorpion G up here. He fires a round in and moves, but nothing recorded. That Emil has gone into the town, but he's now on this side of the river, not the other side. Here he is, fighting it out with our Leopard prototype. And it's a standard B, actually, not a Scorpion. Difficult shot over the top of the house. He fires it and oh my god, he got the kill. Now, shall we have a look at that one again, because it was so quick. Couldn't believe what happened. So we'll just run the replay. Okay, so we go to instant replay mode. Okay, we take control of the camera. Rounds out. Oh my god, yes, it went over the house into the standard B. The wreck hasn't appeared. Now it has. So he's got his kill. 3 kills now for Bruce Click. He's having a good game, but that poor Leopard prototype is having a hell of a job trying to kill the Emil 2 in the town. Of course, the Emil's an autoloader, and the Leopard has died. Now, we are quite high up, but there are some trees that have been knocked over. Our guys are moving north as quickly as they can. We've still got the Wizzy 120 defending our cap area. He's knocked a couple of trees over to give himself a bit of protection. Ferdinand, near their cap. defending just like our Wizzy 120's defending. There's the enemy Arty, rounds out. Here we go. Oh! Robbed! He was robbed! That shell should have taken out the M40. The shell went right over the top of him and landed in the water behind, but he has been killed and taken out by our E50, who also managed to take out the Ferdinand as well. Okay, so we're looking for the Emil 2. The enemy Scorpions come back to defend his cap. Where is he? Where is he? Show yourself. There he is, just slightly to the north, but there's the Emil. He's lined up for the Emil. I think he left that a bit late, but oh my god, he got a hit. He did get it. And the E50 is now trying to side scrape on the Emil. Take a hit there, but he got wiped out by the Barask, and the game is over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tank for Brutus Click in the M53 M55. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He got a Gauss medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And he did get the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. Extremely well done. Considering that the enemy never saw him. They never even got a clue where he was. Well, they must have known that the shells were coming out of that corner. But he did help save his teammates from that Char Future 4. And he took out that ELC, which was pretty surprising as well. Let's have a look at team score. Well, when it came to damage, he was top of the table with 5,256 hit points, and that was helped a great deal by those 2 armor-piercing shells, which hit the 122 TM and the Carnarvon. The next highest scorer on damage was the Emil 2 on the enemy team with 4,399. He did get that last hit into him. Of course, he doesn't know how much damage that hit was, but it certainly did hit the Emil and stopped him in his tracks, and then enabled the team to get the kill on that guy. When it came to the third place, that was the Char Future 4 on the enemy team, who managed 3,771 before he got to the cap area, and then of course he got taken out by Brutus Click with a nice splash shot while he was trying to take out our teammates. When it came to kills, he's actually got joint top position because he got 3 kills. 3 kills went to the Emil 2 on the enemy team. 2 kills went to our E50, our Batchat 12 ton, our Canonian Jagdpanzer 105, and only 1 player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Char Future 4, other than, of course, the Emil. When it came to base XP, he's also got that as well, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 988 went to Brutus Click, 915 to the Canonian Jagdpanzer, and 894 to the Batchat 12 ton. Surprising that he didn't get an ace tanker out of this game, considering he did so well on both damage, on kills, but I guess that might be down to the fact that he didn't get a huge amount of stun assists, and you can see that here. 14 shots fired, 6 direct hits, 4 penetrations, including those 2 early ones in the game, 9 splashes on the enemy, 5,256 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Well, we know that he actually got 2 pens. Where was the other pen? Well, apparently the standard B was one of the pens. That shell that went over the house right into the standard B went straight through his armor and took him out of the game. The other one, of course, was Carnarvon and the 122 TM. And yes, he did pen the ELC Evan 90. It's not a very tough little tank because it actually has fairly thin armor to enable it to go fast and obviously to be very small. And yes, he did actually hit it twice and got that guy for 900 hit points. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, also caused 6 stuns and didn't get any stun assist, and that's why it wasn't an ace tanker. If he'd actually had just a little bit of stun assist in the game, I think he might have been able to get an ace tanker out of it. On a free-to-play account, he earned 37,401 credits, got 11,220 from battle payments, 48,621 altogether, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, took away 41 credits profit. Oh dear. Yes, it's the consumables and the ammunition costs, because he did fire the armor piercing rounds, as well as the some of those extra HE ones that he had in his infantry. So yes, they do cost a little bit more, not a huge amount, but the costs were greater than the profit, and because it was a free-to-play account, yeah, it's standard price, and therefore he really didn't earn that much. 988 base XP, but no multipliers because he'd already won a game that previous that actual day. But he called it a funny game. It was, if you think about it, considering he's sitting there in the corner blasting those rounds out and getting some very, very nice shots out of it, and of course getting the high caliber for the game. So yeah, it does kind of encourage you to actually fire the other rounds, or at least the armor piercing rounds, although I must admit I've always believed that the HE rounds are much better because you do get the stun assist, and I think he would have got that ace tanker if he'd had any stun at all to go with it, so stun assist. So congratulations to Brutus on a very good game, getting top on all 3 columns. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.